So welcome back everyone. In this video we are going to see how we can calculate PnL from live positions using Finvasia's API. Okay. So let's go through the positions book API first. So there are some parameters that are given. So if we see, there is RPNL, that means realized PNL, and then there is URM2M, that means unrealized M2M. So RPNL is fixed and unrealized PNL will be changing. So why it's important? Because we cannot fetch the positions book API every second, but we need the live PNL. So we will be using the WebSockets from Finvasia, and then we will be modifying our code as to calculate the PNL in real time. So I have written the code. Let me just go through it. So I have just reported some libraries, common libraries, and then this thing is done in order to come back to the parent directory. In our case, that will be YouTube tutorials, because in Finvi, as you can see here, there is a folder named Finvasia, and we have to call a class from this connect.py file. This connect.py file provides a Norin API class which you can use to connect for the REST APIs and also the WebSocket. So I have made some minor changes in that library. So it is been requested that you will be using this library only. Okay. So let's go through the connection first. We'll be connecting it through user ID, password, TOTP secret key, and the API key. As you can see, I have called this Norin API class with this host, that will be the REST API host, and then this WebSocket host, then user ID, password, 2FA, that will be TOTP secret key, and then API key that you will be able to get from the Prism portal. For calculating live PNL, we will be needing some things like we will be having the positions in real time, as well as we will be having the live ticks of the different trading symbols that we have in our position. Okay. So if we talk about WebSocket, as you can see here, I have called this finvasia.set session. This will log in into your account using these credentials, and then I have called this Finvasia start WebSocket. If we go to this function start WebSocket, we can see that subscribe callback and some other callbacks are there. Those which are important are subscribe callback and the order update callback. Open, close, and error, it's optional. You can just use it for your error handling and other purposes. For our case, we will be looking into the subscribe and order update only. So let's talk about some variables. I have created one prices dictionary and positions and subscribe instruments. So what it denotes is prices is used to store the token and LTP as key and value pair, and position will be used to fetch the position for that particular user, and subscribe instruments will be able will be storing all those instruments that we have subscribed yet. Okay. So if we talk about this event handler code update, this will be the subscribe callback function that we'll be using. If you see here, sample responses here, that is LP means LTP, TK means token, E means exchange. So you can take a look at it. Then I have done this thing. If LTP is present in our message that we are getting from the callback, we will be storing this LTP in our prices dictionary, right? And then similarly, I have used this event order update function callback that will be used to refresh our positions whenever we get some order that has a status of complete. So if you know about the order management, whenever we punch some order at the terminal, we will get some status, right? We will get pending status, open, pending, verified. Okay. So this will be the status, and the last will be the complete status, which will denote that the order is now complete and there is some change in the position. So we will be needing this complete status only. So if you look about it, then I have used this. If status is complete, then we will refresh the position. For reference, I have just printed that we are refreshing the positions. This will help us to get the positions whenever there is some change in the position book really. Okay. So I have created one util function also. This is called as subscribe util. I have been iterating through this positions list because the positions will be a list of dictionary. and then I am fetching for each position what is the token and exchange. So this function will be called when we have to uh, check whether there is some other unsubscribed instrument in our position list, so that we can get the LTP of it as well, right? So we are getting this token exchange, and if this token is not in our subscribe instrument, as I have told earlier, then we will be subscribing this token. The method for this is we have to take this exchange and then we have to give this string format exchange and token. So this will automatically subscribe for this particular trading symbol, and that's how we will be now getting this LTP codes in real time, right? So there is another function, calculate PNL. Just before that, we'll be seeing that position sample, right? I have just taken out from one of the account position that I have currently. So this is you can see the RPNL. If you do RM2M, this is unrealized PNL, and RPNL is this realized PNL, right? So this is 0, this is fixed. This will be changed whenever there is a change in the position book. So realized PNL can be changed, right? But it will be fixed for some time. But UPNL will be changing in real time. That's why we need to calculate it in real time, right? So if you see in the documentation, it said that URM2M can be calculated using net quantity into LP from WebSocket minus net average price into this factor. This factor is something that Finvasia provides itself. Some other brokers may not provide it, and you have to calculate this from this numerator and denominator stuff. So you have to check the broker's documentation for that. Okay, so I have already used this. So RPNL and UPNL. So what I have done is we have got this post.get in the RPNL, right? RPNL is fixed and unrealized PNL for now is 0, and then I have calculated the LTP. Because in the prices variable we are storing that LTP, net quantity is just net quantity. Make sure that you convert these data types, because in Finvasia we get these as a string only, right? All the variables like RPNL, UPNL, LTP, uh, net quantity and other stuff, that will be we'll getting a string. So LTP we have changed it to float, net quantity to the int, because the quantity will be an integer, right? And then UPNL, that is unrealized PNL, we have just put it the formula net quantity LTP minus net average price. Net average price is also provided here, if you can see net average price, right? And PRC FTR, this is some factor that we has been provided by the Finvasia, you can see here, yes, PRC FTR. Okay, so total PNL will be unrealized as well as the realized PNL sum, right? And you can also take it as separately and do your stuff as you want. Okay, so if I run this script, let me just open the terminal and run this script. So you can see the total PNL is getting generated, right? So one stuff is that is left. I have used positions first. Let me just, in the program execution, I will be just getting the Finvasia positions first, and then I will call this subscribe util function, which will subscribe all the unsubscribed instruments, so that we will be getting the LTP codes, right? And then in a while loop with a time delay of 2 seconds, this depends on you was how much delay you want, 0.5, 1 second, 2 second, 5 second, it depends on you. So I will be calculating the PNL every time with every iteration of the loop, and then I will again call this subscribe util function, which will help me to subscribe the new instruments. Okay, so let me just run it again. So you are getting this. So as you can see, there are some instances where positions can get differ in some broker glitch, but in some cases you are getting the order book correctly. So you can form the position book with the help of order book, that we can see later. If you want, you can comment in the comment box, and then we will be checking how to use order book in order to perform the calculation for the PNL. So it depends on you. whether you want to use order book for positions or position book. So position book in our case for now, it's easy to calculate PNL because we are getting some factor here by itself in the attributes, net average price, PR, CFTR, and some other stuff. So you can use this position book. So if you want, you can create your own position book using the order book. That will be more, that will be giving you more flexibility in terms of, like, if you are punching some strategies, some other different algorithms in single account, and you want to track the PNL for each strategy, right? So it can be that multiple strategies are using the same trading symbol, are having the same trading symbol. Then in the position book you will not be able to calculate the PNL properly for each strategy, but using the order book you can separate the orders for each strategy and then perform the positions calculation and then calculate the PNL. Okay, so if you have any doubt, you can write in the comment box. So thank you for listening.